y'all, I'm gonna try this again. I started a while ago and my phone rings. Oh, I had to stop it. Hadn't even really got online yet, but anyways, here we are. Happy Tuesday. It is very, very cold. Very cold. It was so cold in my house this morning, but my water didn't freeze, and I'm thankful for that. And thankful that I had a warm bed to sleep in, and I have a lot to be thankful for today. I know there were a lot of schools let out today. Both my some of my grandbabies were out of school today. Two of them were in, and the other three were out. So, yesterday was a monumental day in our nation. New president was sworn in. Everybody's looking forward to all the things that supposedly are going to happen because Donald Trump got elected. I am not a political person. I just am not. I don't trust politics. I don't trust any of that. I think it's all a game, and it's all forethought, and we're just puppets in that, and we're just puppets. We're just viewing a show that they're putting on for us. I just don't believe in our political system right now. But the Lord is very concise about what he wants us to do as believers. Whether I believe in the system or not, I don't have to respect the president, because I believe that respect is earned, not given just because you have a title, just like a congressman, anybody. It doesn't matter the title, a dentist, a doctor, a pastor, a rabbi, or whatever. Just because they have that title does not mean they have earned your respect. That title doesn't come with respect. Respect is something that you earned. And I really got in trouble when I was a senior in high school. I had a new home ec teacher, and she came in and she said, "I demand your respect." And I said, "I'm sorry, but respect is earned, not given." And I got sent to the office, and I got in trouble because I should have kept my mouth shut. But that's what I was taught my whole life. You don't give somebody respect just because teacher, professor, whatever. That is a title that you have to, or that is something you have to earn, is somebody's respect. Now, do I go in with the thought of I don't respect you? No, I don't. I don't do that. That decision is made over time. But he is very clear to us. On what he wants us to do. I don't think I got to the right. Well, I said I had the right verses, but I think I went the wrong place. No, I'm in the right place. Okay. I urge you, it's 1 Timothy chapter 2. I urge you first of all to pray for all people. We need to pray for one another. We all are fighting a battle that we don't tell anybody. We're all fighting something that we don't want anybody to know. Our marriage may be crumbling. Our job may be crumbling. Our mental health may be crumbling. Our children may be crumbling. There are things that we are each one fighting that we don't want anybody else to know about. So the very first is, I urge you first of all to pray for all people. That means to pray for the brothers and sisters that join you in here on Sunday mornings, and lift them up and ask the Lord to bless them. As you make your request, plead for God's mercy upon them and give thanks. And we talked about that last week. We talked about letting, asking, praying, and telling the Lord what we need, and then giving thanks. But if we do that in reverse, it will be so much better. Give thanks. Pray for what we need and tell him what we need. Pray this way for kings and all others who are in authority. And since we don't have a king, we have a president. It says pray for them. Pray for them. That doesn't just mean on the days that you feel good, on the days that whatever. That means pray for them every day. He is asking us, he's telling us, not asking us, he's telling us. Pray this way for kings and all others who are in authority, so that we can live, that we can live in peace and quietness and godliness and dignity. So he expects us to pray for those who are in authority, whether that's our president, our vice president, our leader of the House, all of the things. I watched a little bit of it yesterday morning, the inauguration, and all of the people walking in and all the people walking out. I was like, I don't even know who half those people are. Didn't even know who they were. I mean, they told you as they were walking in and then through the thing, but I was like, I don't even know who half of them are. But yet they're the ones making decisions about my life. So I need to be praying for them. I want them to make right, godly decisions, because what they do, what they do enact does affect me. So I want to pray for them, and I want them. Is it difficult? Yes, some days it's difficult. Some days it's very difficult for me to pray for Governor Stitt, because my goodness sakes, son, somebody needs to sit you down and take some arrogance out of you. Just drives me crazy. And then Ryan Walters, well, that's a whole different story. Our children are doomed with him at the helm of our state Department of Education. Our kids are doomed. And I know everybody's excited about having the Bible taught in school. Do you really want somebody like Ryan Walters teaching the Bible? Do you really want a teacher who is an atheist to teach the Bible? Are they going to teach it in the manner that God has for that? No. We as parents need to be the teachers of the Bible. We as parents need to live it in front of our children, but then we need to be the teachers of the Bible. I don't want anybody else teaching my kid that. I don't. That was my job. Did I do it perfectly? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But that's my responsibility, not anybody else's. Do I want them surrounded with godly people? Absolutely. I do, and I pray for Canaan every day that he will be surrounded by men and women that will lead him will keep the Lord present in him. Because I know how hard he's going to have it. I know how hard our children have it. But it's not the teacher's responsibility to teach them about Jesus. And if they don't know Jesus, how are they going to teach it? But anyway, sorry, that was a rabbit trail. I'm not going to charge extra, as Mike says, for that little bit of sermon. But pray this way for kings and all others who are in authority, so that we can live in peace and quietness, in godliness and dignity. This is good and pleases God the Savior. For he wants everyone to be saved and to understand the truth. So I hope as our world just continues to go crazy, that we will remember to pray for those in authority. We witnessed history yesterday with a new swearing in of a president. Even though he's been president before, it's still history. It's still a new 4 years. There was a lot of pomp and circumstance. I just wondered, how much do those people make that are on that committee for the inauguration? It's amazing to me. How many? The executive director, the assistant executive director. I was like, wow, how do they get anything done? But we need to pray. And we need to pray for one another. The very first thing, I urge you first of all to pray for all people. We need to lift one another up. If we see one of our brothers or sisters struggling, we need to lift them up. Not go to them and tell them how to straighten their crown. Not go to them and tell them what's wrong. I see you're struggling, so I'm going to pray for you. No, they don't need you to tell them that. They just need you to lift them up to the throne. I am the world's worst at asking for help. And it's been asked why. Why I can't ask for help. I do have a hard time with it. I admit that freely. I was taught as a young child, if I asked for help, I was being a burden. and I shouldn't ask for help. As I've grown up, I have asked for help. People say they'll be there and they don't show up. I can't handle that. If I tell somebody I'm going to be there, I'm going to be there. So I have learned sometimes it's just easier to do things myself than ask for help. Am I trying to overcome that? I absolutely am. Am I trying to let go of that? I absolutely am. But in that, I want to pray for all people. I don't want to lose that part of it. We need to pray for one another. We need each other. We need to come together, learn to work together, to help one another and encourage one another, and to just love on one another. So we need to pray for all people and pray this way for the kings and all rulers or all others who are in authority. Let's lift up our president. Let's lift up that God will intercede on behalf of all of us, and that he will do the right thing. I hope you guys have a great Tuesday. Men, don't forget you have men's meeting tonight. I believe you're still having it. Mike, I haven't talked to him, so I don't know. I believe you're still having men's meeting tonight at 7 o'clock. We will have youth tomorrow, and our little kids will be in here at 6. The bigger kids will be in here at 7, and adult Bible study at 7 as well. I think that's all that's going on this week. And elders and deacons and safety team, we will be meeting on Sunday. Safety team will be right after second service. There will be a meal provided. Chris is doing part of it. Lori's doing part of it, and so I get a bye this week. So I'm happy about that. So, and then elders and deacons, we do need to meet at 4 to finish up the budget, to finalize last year's financials, and move forward into this new year. Pray for us. Pray as a church that we are good stewards of the Lord's money, and that we will do as he would ask us to do. We are looking for sponsors for our social media. If you would like to do that, please let me know. You can call the church phone, 918-399-5956, or just talk with Mike or myself or any elder or deacon on Sunday, and we'll get a sponsorship form filled out for you. But we would love to have you come on as a sponsor, and it helps on our Sunday mornings. It helps with the daily lives, because we're going to have to replace some stuff, and our network is wonky right now, so that's why we have a lot of trouble on Sundays. We just have a lot of issues. So if you would like to come on as a sponsor, please let me know. Hope you guys have a great Tuesday. Stay warm. Check on your neighbors. Keep your faucets dripping so your water doesn't freeze up. Have a great day. I'll see you back here tomorrow.